Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called The Designer.
What up, party people, and welcome to episode 141
Yep.
of
It
Two
is.
Bandits Watching
God,
Bluey.
we're here. It's cool. I'm here.
I'm your good pal, Greg Painter, and with me...
I see him right here in the Christmas flesh. He looks fantastic. He looks like he's ready to take on the world. He looks like he's been healthy for at least 60 days. And I'm here.
And with me, he's here. He's the best.
He's here.
He's horrible feeling right now, but he's going to pull through for us because his name is...
I hold my hand up and I say, my name is Mike Martin. Mike, how are you? Don't ask me that question. You can hear
Mike,
my voice.
Luckily for Mike, you can't see tummy issues on a podcast, not a visual medium.
It's all, not a doctoral medium either.
But this is going to be like... I'm ready for it. This is going to be
here
like...
for you, dog.
No,
It's
because
good.
here's what it's going to be. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to be like Michael Jordan's flu game. You're going to be not feeling great. You're under the weather.
Fourth
but you're going to
quarter.
come out, and you're going to put up some monster numbers. You're going to win it. I think by the end of this, you're going to be the decider of greatness for this podcast.
MJ was kind of a butthead.
Whoa!
I'm not gonna lie. He is one of the GOATs. Don't get me wrong, but he was not afraid to talk. Like if you talk trash to MJ,
When you're the greatest of all time, you're allowed. LeBron
Doesn't-
no MJ, my
doesn't matter if
dude.
you're purple, maroon, or blue. He's out there to play. So
Exactly.
see, I told you, I'm
Oh,
here.
there's gonna be a lot of sports this episode. I can't wait. We're
I'm here for you,
talking
man. It's all good.
Decider.
Stand
Oh,
on the side of-
buddy.
If anybody catches that, thank you.
This episode is so amazing in every possible way for me, at least.
You are the super fan of super fans. Do not get me wrong. I am a sports fan. I am a American football fan. But Greg Painter, ladies and gents and gals and folks, is the super fan that he sounds like me, like I sound like right now, after coming home from a local SU football game. So you know what?
Orange.
Oh, see,
Never
there he
painted
is.
myself orange, but we'll talk a little SU football. We got
Sure
a
you
lot of
can.
cool stuff that I want to get into. This this hits me in so many levels of feels, good, bad, and ugly. But we're not ready for that because we don't even know
I
what
have
our
no
friends
idea.
at Wiki Bluey had to say about this episode
I'm
yet.
still not sure. Hey, Greg, what's a foot? Nope, no, what's a football? Hey, Greg, what's it? Oh, no. What are the Niners? Nope. Hey, Greg,
Yeah.
what's the decider?
Lucky's dad, Lucky, and Chucky have come over to the Healers' house
Y'all gotta
to watch a rugby final together. Everyone at the Healers is supporting the Maroons, but Lucky's mom stays at home next door to support the Blues.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah,
Follow-up question.
yeah.
What's a decider?
I'm glad you actually asked that because the decider is a set of 3 rugby league matches played between the Queensland Maroons and the New South Wales Blues. These are often considered
Those
to be
are the team names? Hang
Yep.
on. Oh.
New South Wales Blues and the Queensland Maroons.
Okay.
They are often considered to be the pinnacle of Australian rugby league, arguably more important than international competition.
I thought you were going to say
So
like
this
elections.
is probably for some people. So this is their Super Bowl. This is their World Cup. This is their
Oh, my.
NBA Finals. This is their Holiday Bowl with Syracuse versus Washington State Cougars. This is their everything.
Is this, I mean, it's this in cricket in my head, right? Like, rugby, and this is a no offense question, but cricket and rugby are it in...
Well, they have like Aussie rules football, which is kind of rugby-esque, I think. What is your relationship with rugby, Michael?
Minimal. Minimal. It's football without pads, and it scares me. It's the way I put it. And I do recall there was one point in time, there was a rugby player that came into the NFL because he was a well-known kicker, I think, for rugby. Oh, you're nodding at me.
49ers?
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a punter, Mitch Witkowski, punter for the 49ers. I think there's other ones too. I don't think that's the only one, but that's been a number of things. Cause I never really got into rugby until the Olympics this year. The Olympics came on, and I was very Gold Zone channel for life, watching as much as I could, and I fell right in love with the U.S. women's rugby team.
Shout out to Scott Hansen. Not a
Shout out Skin Hat, shout out Alana Mahar. Such a fun sport to watch. It's nonstop. It's like every play of rugby is that, oh crap, there's 30 seconds left in the game, so we have to lateral it 8 times to try to score a touchdown to win the game in American football.
The last 8 minutes, I'm about to say the last 8 seconds of football.
Always action.
Oh man.
In the
scrubs? Or,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In the bronze
so
medal
long.
game for the U.S. women's soccer, they were just like, both teams were just running into each other. Nobody could go anywhere. And then there was just like a little whoop whoop pass to a lady who just ran like 80-yard sprint downfield, nobody touching her. And I went insane watching this. It's like, I watched this sport for like 3 days and I'm in love. So I can get, if this is your biggest sport and your biggest rivalry, how this can get intense.
And this was also what hit Bandit in his Bandits during Rug Island. Was the rugby ball.
The rugby ball, there you go.
This is my incorporation to it. So, but no, we're here to talk about the episode though.
Here is something that I very much admire and wish we could do.
Okay.
I've talked to me missus about, could we just set this up and see if anybody wants to be crazy with me, see how the weather is. I've always wanted to set up a projector in our back or front. Yeah, projector works great on our garage door. Set it up there and watch the Super Bowl outside, fire pit, and just go ham. That just feels so much fun. But we're in upstate New York, and the weather is like usually 30 degrees if you're lucky in early February. And also the last couple of years, there's been some 49er nonsense that made me not want to have fun watching the Super Bowl.
I know.
We'll see what happens this February. If the weather's nice, I'll slap up a projector and it'll be an outside component to the Super Bowl this year.
That's why, unfortunately, my printer's out of ink right now, and so I don't have my notes in front of me. I have them still typed on my computer. And my first note is Greg's going to be so hyped about the projector in the backyard.
Love it. And I feel bad. That was like a Christmas gift for Beth like 4 or 5 years ago. I was like, I get more use out of it. Yeah.
Wait.
That was a Bethy gift.
Back up. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Back up. That was your gift for Beth?
That's what she wanted. She's like, I want a backyard projector so we can watch backyard movies. It wasn't 4 or 5. It was actually early Pandy-Mac. It might have been her birthday gift during the pandemic.
Ooh, Pandy-Mac.
Because she wanted to like watch movies and stuff. And we used it a fair amount, but now it's pretty much the Halloween, because we like, not to go way off.
Wow,
we
are
for Halloween.
How the first 5 minutes of every podcast works.
For Halloween, before we take the kiddos out walking, we go outside for like an hour-ish and just project either Halloween shorts or Treehouse of Horrors or Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever on our garage while we hand out candy and just like hang out in the front yard, sipping cider, and just living our best life.
Have you ever wanted the ceiling projector? Out of curiosity,
the
to
ceiling
fall asleep
projector?
to? So having the projector, but it goes on your ceiling, so that you can fall asleep together, but still watch TV. But yeah, I didn't think so either.
No, thank you.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just making sure that we're not going to that
Anyway,
level. Yep.
Bluey.
Decider. That's what we're here for. Dang it, we have a lot to talk about today when it comes to this.
Neighbors are coming over. Pat and family. Kids don't give a darn about the game. They care because they get to stay up late, get to watch the parents dance.
That's what we're here for.
And the most important thing. See, exactly.
Gonna see mom.
Mom's gonna win. I love how Bandit is already trying to like, this could turn so bad for me of a really upset bingo. So let's just set the text like, Mom's gonna try. She said she'll try. This is a stadium of 80,000 people. She's gonna try.
Okay. But, tickets were bought. Extra ticket was available.
2 extra tickets. Frisky brought Trixie and
That's super
Chip?
rad.
No, Rad didn't go.
That's super cool. That the boys were like, we'll chill and hang with the kids, and we're gonna pin ourselves up like we're at the game.
I'd be so mad.
I knew you would. I understand that. And
Hey,
that's
Greg,
what
go
kind
to
of
the
brought me
Super
so
Bowl.
much joy just now.
Have fun.
Is you'd be like, I'm still gonna paint myself up because Bandit goes full mini Bluey. He's maroon, baby.
Have you ever painted yourself for a sporting event?
No.
No? Okay.
I
I surprisingly also have not.
Okay.
I feel like
that
supporting a team
surprising.
called the Orange, it's probably surprising that I did not.
Just dip yourself in the orange. Like, just dip yourself, man.
Little half orange, half blue.
See? Or just maroon. Well, but what's cool about it is he's maroon, but he's like different shades of maroon because his fur is different colors, so it like shows up in different ways when he comes out with hype and excitement.
So I'm curious to hear
Go
from
ahead.
you on this next bit because we don't have this in the Painter household. We are 49ers fans through and through, mainly because my wife didn't really care until she came in. It's like, yup, kids, 49ers fan. We're Syracuse fans, Syracuse Orange. We're Syracuse Mets. We're
The whole house is
Oswego Lakers.
get
We're Toronto Maple Leafs.
whole house.
We're all on one side, and it's all good. You, however,
Yeah.
are Baltimore Ravens,
Yep.
Miami Dolphins,
Yep.
and Dallas Cowboys, if I remember from Little Fin Man.
Quick 30-second.
This is why you force your kids to choose between the two of you.
There was one day we were hanging out here on a Sunday. We were having chili and snacks on a Sunday afternoon, and the Dolphins were playing the Cowboys. This is a year ago, I think it was. And Finn strolled in, and he's a little prankster. And he walked in. He was just like, "Your Dolphins are on, huh, Mom?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who are they playing?" She's like, "Cowboys." He's like, "Go Cowboys."
Oh,
And he just looked at her, and they watched the entire game. And anytime anything bad happened, he was geeking. And now like he has a Cowboy shirt like that for
He's
now.
still allowed to live in this house?
Completely different conferences. Like it's there. And now
The Cowboys, everybody, you either love or hate the Cowboys. They're like one of the most...
there he is.
See, here's the thing, though. You guys put yourself in that position. That'd be like Chucky saying he likes the Sydney
Seahawks?
Roosters because...
Ooh,
yeah,
look
I
at
just
you,
looked it
bud.
up while we were sitting here. So suck it.
Look at you. But
You get. I would have if Beth was like an adamant. I don't know, what's the equivalent? It'd be an
Cardinals
adamant-
fan?
No, Cardinals are in the same division. Let's say Lions. Beth really loved the Giants. That would make more sense for where we live.
Okay.
Huge New York Giants fans.
That would make
You're
you
like,
sad?
all right, Mom's a Lions fan. I'm a 49ers fan. Which one do you want to give him an option for a third choice? That's just chaos.
That's what kind of brought me joy is he picked something random there too.
You pick something random, but should be a
Chucky does the same thing a little
buh.
bit because Chucky doesn't have a team.
No,
Chucky shows up and he's like, he or she, I don't know, but he showed up. He's just like, I don't have the colors because and it's a fun small point that I thought about a little bit later on in the episode. Maybe we'll get to it after. Yeah, let's get to it after.
Ooh.
That's fine.
That might be a favorite thing. It sounds like almost.
Well, yeah,
I do-
It's like, well, it's
I
just
do like Bluey too. Is like we support maroon, even though I'm blue. It's kind of confusing. I enjoyed
That's-
that little.
the funny point
the
because Janelle roots for who?
blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Bluey is blue.
Yeah.
Dude, like the joke's right there in the.
No, they're all blue healers.
They're all like Bandit had to paint himself maroon because
He's blue.
he's blue, but he's like, no blue. Go maroon. That was my haha joke. So great. Joke landed.
The joke in the episode isn't my favorite joke, but the meme I've seen online of it is my favorite joke. There's after it looks like the Maroons score, but it gets overturned eventually.
No
it
try.
Cuts to Janelle being like, "What do you think of that, Janelle?" And she just gives the big thumbs up. But there's a meme going on with that exact same scene. And it's like, "What do you think about the Janelle?" And she goes to like give the thumbs down, but it just blurs out her hand, so it looks like she's doing something else.
Greg is
and it just made me
so
chuckle.
sportsy right now. This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
But just a gentle razzing because we might be jumping around a little bit
We
here.
are, but it's cool.
But
We're gonna stay on the episode now, though, right?
we get to
Maybe.
halftime.
No.
You know, and we're watching the laughing, but once we get to halftime, even though we're like mocking each other and screaming back and forth, pizza's here. We all get together.
Oh, you're
we're
going
hanging
there.
out. You know, Lucky gives Pat gives Janelle a nice little kiss. So even though they were goofing on each other, they're still still on team family.
It's Bluey, and there's gonna be vibes, and there is this question mark about Pat and Janelle in general, but I'm gonna cut back before we get to pizza time because there's still fun.
Oh, perfect.
and
I've got a few things before pizza
Sweet.
too. I was just
I love like Janelle is very much my wife of
My wife.
oh my wife, you like that team. That doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with you. I don't care. Like, she's like, I want to have my party over here.
Shout out Carrie. She
Y'all
was a
can-
dolphin before you were a raven. So
You can go do whatever. And she's just like, this is my house right now. I'm going to maybe snag a slice if y'all are doing your stuff. But you do not walk into this house because it's blue.
And I do like how Janelle's like,
sticks.
well, Bluey, I usually don't like Maroon fans in this house, but I'll make an exception. Get some popcorn.
The most dad vibe before pizza gets there. Bluey's like, I'm hungry. And he's just like, we got some beef jerky, bro.
Yeah.
It's the most road trippy.
Bandit is
Why?
not getting up from his seat to go find a nice, happy food. Like, no. And this kind of goes back.
And what kid? Like,
And this kind of goes back to the pool. Like, Bandit wasn't prepared. Like, you're having two kids stay up later than they're supposed to. Have a snack basket out so they can get it easily. He's like, get the beef jerky.
teriyaki beef jerky.
And
All right,
Bingo's
salt,
Bluey's
peppered.
very much like, nah.
Yeah, she's
No.
like, what is this?
Guess I'm waiting for pizza. Next door has popcorn.
Okay, yeah. When they score the first time, she looks out the window, and she does like she's looking. She puts her ear out, almost like Hulk Hogan-esque, like looking for the booze. Like, come on, boomy, yeah, that's what you get. It's so, and she does the Bandit move too. The sprinkler.
The sprinkler.
Oh my gosh, Janelle is
I've got to give triple points to Pat and
Triple
Bandit
points.
there, because when there's that turnover and the Blues score, we're getting all biscuits. You've been to plenty of Super Bowls with me with lots of kids around, and sometimes I forget to all biscuits it. Sometimes it gets slightly more animated when my dear 49ers are trying to do their thing.
I've been at a Super Bowl party where Greg had to leave the room to watch the game in a different room on a different TV so that way he could say the words he wanted to say.
Yeah, that's happened. It's going to be a lot more calm Super Bowl party this year. I'm just saying.
Gosh.
I mean, we still have possible ravenings, but you're a little bit more calm. You're a little bit more calm with that stuff than I am.
Yeah.
But halftime, this kind of broke my heart.
Yeah.
When they're like, all right, Chucky, choose now. You can't be
That's
a tweener.
Harsh.
And that's not the part that broke my heart. The part that broke my heart is he sided against Janelle.
Really?
And it just hurt. She's all alone. She's all alone in her family now. And that stinks.
That's where I'm wondering to what extent Bluey's being Bluey here, and this isn't a sports game conversation. Are Lucky's dad. He's known as Lucky's dad. He's Pat, but he's Lucky's dad to me. And Janelle together?
Yeah.
Okay. You think so?
Oh, no doubt in my mind. They've been together for oh gosh.
They've been
The birthday, the unwrap. Oh, why can't I think of the name? Lucky's dad's rules. Lucky's dad's rules.
Pass the parcel.
Pass the parcel. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're clearly together in that. They're clearly together. Like they give each other a kiss before they go away at halftime. I think they're 110% together.
They have a very interesting relationship.
I think the interesting relationship is the animators forgot to make a Lucky's mom in the first season, so they're making up for it now. I don't think that she's been
adding new characters to the show Bluey. That's an interesting concept.
Exactly.
Huh.
Bluey's American Neighbors, wacky American Neighbors coming next season.
The moment that they make Chucky decide, it doesn't just say like it's not, shout out to Joff Bush as always, but like the captions just say melancholy music. It doesn't say like music plays, or it says flat out it's sad right now. And there's a piece of pizza crust just sitting on the lawn, just sitting there. So like in my head, I'm like, maybe they have a similar, oh gosh,
and there's
his
that
Stripe and
Trixie.
Thank you. Kind of vibe. Where
I remember my first Bluey too. It's okay.
Oh my goodness. But it's just.
And just when Chucky was walking around, just kind of Janelle having her arms out.
She frowns.
Yeah, she's sad, and she her arms are
frowns.
still out for Chucky, and then we get the quick montage of the Maroons coming back, winning the game. We see. Thank goodness Chili shows up on screen for the 5 seconds that Bingo wakes up.
Bro, Bingo, not my favorite character today, but holy cow, like Bingo is the kid that you bring to Greg's Super Bowl party. That is like, I'm here to see the one thing. I mean, like halftime show is Taylor Swift or something. I'm here to see that, and she's in her blanket. And she's cozy. And she's
it's funny.
And it's a maroon blanket, which is so cool.
I'm excited. I get to stay up late and falls asleep literally at the start of the game.
She's out.
Because we get that early thing where it's like the one eye blink. That's like the falling asleep moment for her.
Okay.
But then we get that montage. And poor Janelle just turning the lights off. Okay. Never mind. I'm not going to
Still got more there, dog.
Yes.
What do they get for dinner?
Pizza?
Mm-hmm. What do Bandit and Pat own?
They're watching the game.
Where the heck is your Hawaiian and meat lovers?
You came over to my house for a 4th of July 2-ish years ago where me and you together made like 10 pizzas.
Yeah.
And it took us like 2 hours. You're going to really do that during the decider? I own a pizza oven and we were ordering pizzas for the Super Bowl.
But when they went over to Janelle's to support, because in the end, I think Bluey's a Blue fan.
No.
Yes, are you kidding me? Dad's dressed up maroon. And she said, "I'm good, Dad." You think she said that?
I think she's
at heart.
I think she is as much a Maroon fan as Emily and Olivia are 49ers and Orange fans. They will root for Dad's team, but they don't really give too many cares other than that.
They went, okay, so Janelle's a Blues fan, right?
Yeah.
They go to Janelle's. What does Janelle have? Not just popcorn. Freshly made popcorn. I think they might be persuaded slightly, at least Bluey, to go against Bandito there a little bit, because there's fresh popcorn.
Bluey was cheering, hooting, and hollering
he's saying,
when the Maroons won at the end.
Here's some gas station beef jerky. Till the pizza gets here, deal with it, kiddo. I don't
That's a thought. That's a thought.
Also, Pat could have made a za. Bandit could have made a za. And she's like, here's some fresh popcorn. Gosh, I'm on board with the popcorn. I'm a Cowboys fan now, if that's the case.
Ew, gross.
I know, sorry. It's not the case.
Heartbreak. And this is how deep. I love sports so much.
I know you
This
do.
is how deeply rooted in sports this episode is. It doesn't matter if you don't understand rugby or do. The moment at the end where the Maroons have won and
turns off the
Bandit and Pat are just losing their minds, excited, and you cut over to Janelle and she's just lights off. She's not screaming. She's just. I've been both sides of that in the last few months. Like when the Niners lost the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I wasn't screaming and yelling and swearing. I was just sad.
Just turn the light off.
I was just dejected. I was like, okay, everybody, I guess the party's over now. Please leave my house.
And she.
But on. Oh, go ahead.
No. It's all. She set up, like, her and Pat had a cool agreement, it seemed, because she had that living room and that space set up to celebrate the Blues. Because she had the balloons all across the ceiling, and she had the banners and then the just all of the excitement for the Blues. So like she knew Pat was not gonna hang with her, and if he did, it was gonna be a long night. And so she was able to have her like "Let's Go Blues" vibe. It was interesting she didn't decorate herself, but the house itself was very.
I think decorating yourself is a purely Bandit thing, as we learned the next day too.
Yeah, it's true.
But
yeah,
again,
that's very true actually.
But then the opposite side of it, that pure joy that you can get when things break good. Again, I'm gonna bring it up.
You're good.
Syracuse season ticket holder. Been there for the last 14 years.
Okay.
Watching that team almost
Shout
every
out to all
week.
the 14-year-old listeners.
And this 2 weeks ago, as a double-digit underdog, facing a team that was considered to be a national champion contender
Greg had a decider
against
moment.
a rival who's trying to fight to be relevant again, Syracuse Orange beat the Miami Hurricanes. I lost my mind. Yeah. I at one point was like running up and down, like just had both hands up, running up and down the aisles, high-fiving people, hugging strangers.
You're such a 7-year-old.
We all
I love it so much.
everybody around me had the same huge vibe energies.
Oh.
Sports is just a beautiful thing. It can give you the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. and it's a thing that we do together, and it's just fantastic.
So-
And this episode just really hammered that home, especially in that one
You're
scene.
feeling feels right now.
I am.
Yeah, you
I
are.
am.
You know, it's gonna make you a little sad. My son is Bingo in this episode.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm here to see mom in the stands. That's all I'm here for. I'm here for. Like Bingo could not care any less about sports.
Our kid, Em and Liv, not our kids. We played this game before.
Well, I mean,
But my kiddos, we have Red Zone channel on almost any Sunday, and they're like, all right, we're going to do other things now. But bring them to a game live. Bring them to a Syracuse Mets game. They've been to Syracuse football and basketball. You know, they've been to Oswego hockey. They go nuts. They get into it. They cheer. So it's a difference between the live experience and on TV. So they're a little best of both worlds.
This is a sidebar you and I conversation. We should go see the Syracuse Crunch sometime with the whole squad.
Heck yeah.
This year, because
There's like an education day, I think, in February. We'll set that up.
Yes,
But yes, Crunches. Have you ever been to Crunch?
I've been to the Crunch.
Syracuse Crunch is a local hockey game.
That's right. Affiliate of
Super good time.
But
Tampa Bay Lightning.
There you go. Finn shows interest in hockey, so I think that might be that. Whatever.
Again, random. Liv was like screaming at the players. Like there was one point where there was a big hit, and then right after the next face-off, the two players dropped the gloves and went at each other, and she turned into a visceral, just like, hit him, get that guy.
So this is front row ticket situation.
It's so
then.
good,
Front
so
row
good.
tickets.
But
So
the thing
they
that's
win. Maroon wins.
that then it's another day.
Yeah, new day. Yes, it is.
And it's another sport, but now we're doing our internationals, and it's Australia versus New Zealand. And guess what, Bluey? There's a gold team.
That's right.
And Bandit says, heck yeah, there is.
Green and gold, baby.
Green and gold with Australia on his tummy.
SUNY Brockport.
Do love, and we're all on the same team, except your mate Mackenzie.
It's so funny.
And he's kind of like grabbing Bluey's shoulder, like, you.
Just make sure you know.
And then we get that nice, we're going to beat you, boo. We're going to
Why are
beat
they
you.
outside of the house? Just
They're doing a drive-by,
Talking
just be
smack.
like, exactly.
just
Driving around to all their friends just to talk smack before the game
Oh
starts.
my goodness.
And I do love Mackenzie's like,
Dude.
what's going on?
The fourth wall abilities of Mackenzie are 10 out of 10 in this entire show. Because I think outside of the hoorays that you get from the healers, Mackenzie's the only other one that really breaks that fourth wall of just like, am I? Like, why? What are we yelling about right now? And she looks right at the camera, or he looks right at the camera, and he's just like, huh? What's going on? But the Mackenzie's mom and dad are just like, Bill, you stink. And it's just
pure like
sport rivalry is fun because it makes you allowed to hate your friends.
well,
Honestly, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
I don't even think it's about that. I think this episode is just about, and much like when we get to Rusty's episode here in a little bit, which is also has those same vibes. It's
oh gosh,
it's just about the beauty of sport.
Yeah.
And like how it can make you feel. And you know, that last line when the Retriever family's hug, I was like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And just mwah. Love.
When they're hanging out watching the last game that morning, next day, I don't know what time the sports happen. It's such a cute moment because Bingo still doesn't give two butts about the sport, and she's just sitting on mom's lap and
Still
she's
like
passed
half
out.
asleep.
It's so like that. Like I'm good at being Bingo when I'm gonna be Bingo, but you got that going on. Bingo gonna rest.
Bingo.
So-
Such an
gosh.
episode. Love it so much.
Gosh.
Got 3 questions for you, but before we do that,
Oh, geez.
I
we're
think
all
we've
over
got
the
a
place,
message on the Bandit burner, don't we?
aren't we? We have one from 315-715-8551 to Bandits.
Love your message from Nina. Let's play that right about now.
Hi, my name is Nina. I'm calling from Indianapolis, Indiana. I look forward to your show every Monday. And anyways, idea, knowing that we are kind of short on content due to to the fact that the Bluey folks aren't cranking out cartoons as fast as we need them, top 10 lists. And when I say that, like, top 10 bingo moments, because she's our girl, but seriously, I adore bingo. Or, like, top 10 absurd things that the kids get Bandit involved with. Like that time he had nips. Anyways, just an idea. I enjoyed Dirt. And thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for that, Nina.
Thank you, Nina.
And that's an interesting thought and topic that we're trying to figure out, because as we get deeper into the seasons, because we like to produce content, honestly, as much as we can. I know that we're known for weekly content, and
with our brackets, we still got brackets. We still got a good 20-ish episodes in the season. Episodes in the season left. Also, and we're not. We purposely not talked about it.
Calling our shot
This episode yet.
There's
going to be plenty of content to talk about for a Bluey movie that was announced. Shout out to Alexis, who sent us an email saying Bluey movie, just in case you didn't know.
2027.
Let's save that. That might be next week's Chatteroony.
Ooh, I like
deep dive in what the Bluey movie means to us. But
technically, right now we are mid-season.
And next week is a holiday week, so that feels like a good time,
y'all,
to go off topic a little bit.
We're gonna take ourselves a little off the topic there.
But it's gonna be fun. So thank you, Nina.
Shout out.
We're gonna do a lot of fun things like top 10 lists, possibly deep dives into characters, maybe get some more guests on to talk about specific things. Don't you worry, your bandits aren't going anywhere.
They're stuck with us still. They're still making content, and you know what?
We're around until 2027 when a certain movie drops, hopefully with a certain couple American podcasters. We're going to try.
Is this where you're calling our shot?
It's not the New Year's resolution episode yet.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that, but just...
We're hopeful.
We're hopeful, and we're persistent.
We would look great on a big screen.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing about The Decider?
I don't have it written down. Jeez. My favorite thing is the last person you think would be my favorite thing in this episode. And it's not but it's the Mackenzie moment.
Yeah.
Where he looks over, he's just like, what? And he looks directly in the camera and just has no idea what's going on when mom and dad are just full throttle. Boo! You stink! And Mackenzie's like, what's going on? Why did you put me in the car right now? We're just gonna go back home and watch this. Are we going to Tully's to watch something and I can get some chicken tenders?
I've decided they are going to a New Zealand bar.
You think it's
in
a spot?
Australia? There's like a spot for the Kiwis
team?
to go and hang out and watch their team and be excited about it.
That's
my thing. Or neighbor friend who's also New Zealander.
Is that what that game was? It was a New Zealand team versus...
It was New Zealand versus Australia.
Oh,
yeah.
Boo. Oh, then that's why oh, gosh.
Exactly.
Different sports, though, right?
No.
Same sport?
Rugby is rugby, yes.
It was rugby both sides?
Yeah.
So they're rooting for two teams?
My dude. So, The Decider, let me see.
Yep. Paint me a word picture here, Gregory.
So, The Decider would be like the Chicago Bulls versus the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
The Australia versus New Zealand game would be like the Dream Team versus Croatia or something.
Okay.
It's the league versus the international play.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, you made it land for me.
Shout out Croatia.
Shout out.
All
Hey,
our
Greg.
listeners. Yeah.
What was your favorite thing today, man?
Sports.
Oh,
Like just the sports
nerd.
of it all. Just the sports of it all. Just the feels that I got watching this. The parallels. Again, I've watched one Olympics worth of rugby. And hey guys, if you know a good place for me to get some rugby content, hit us up at Watching Bluey Pod on Threads. WatchingBluey@gmail.com. Those are probably the
us an
two
email. It's gonna be
easiest
your
ways
easiest
to
bet.
get to us.
But
just reach out or leave a
315-715-8551. Leave us a message.
Two Bandits. Do one of those things.
Yeah.
But I just love the sports of it all. Sports make, at least for me, just can make you feel in a way that other things can't. It feels so high stake when it really isn't in the long and short of life. But boy, howdy, is it fun.
That's what we're here for, man. Honestly, like everything that we've experienced through sports, whether it is every minor league baseball game we go to, for those 9 innings, we are invested in the experience of
Yes.
that all. And it's just, and it's not just that, but it's seeing the excitement on our kids, or our kid being Bingo and just being like, I'm going to put on a blanket and I'll be here. Like it's like it's just, it builds excitement all over the place. It's very fun. Greg,
Yeah.
who's your favorite character today, man?
It's Janelle today.
Hey!
It is Janelle. The couple moments that really got me again when Chucky made
Tried
his
and
choice.
true fan.
And she's like, I understand. It's all good. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Gives Chucky a hug, but you can see the sadness on her face that I'm all alone in my family now. As far as this thing goes, and then when Chucky runs away, like her hands are still outstretched, and then at the
frown.
then right before the end of the episode, when she just turns the light off and she's just sad, it's a tough day, but luckily she's Team Australia.
And you can't expect, in the end of the day, she is Team Australia. You can't expect your kid to always want to be that fan too.
Yeah.
Like, you can't control their vibe. So if Chucky and Lucky are like, no, maroon, son. Like, all right,
Yeah.
you do you. But she lost too. Oh gosh,
Hey Mike, who's your favorite character?
Chucky.
Oh yeah.
I loved Chucky today. It's just because it's almost ironic.
Don't you think?
Oh gosh, I can't with you today. In an episode called The Decider, he's undecided.
Wow.
And in the end, they all come together, and it's Chucky just wants everyone to have fun with the experience. Like Bingo's just like, I'm out. Deuces. It should be Mom, because she's the one that got on camera and was able to wave at, but it was Chucky through and through in the episode, because they're making their choices and having their vibes, and they're still gonna love Mom. They're still gonna love Janelle. You know, that side of the house. I mean, hopefully Pat's the one that takes down all the decorations, because gotta have a little bit of grace there, bro. Gotta be a confident winner.
Good winner.
Gotta be a good winner
Good
with
sport.
that stuff. Gotta be a good sport. Look at you.
Look at you. Look at me. Look at
Yep.
us.
Look
Who'da
at
thought?
us. Who'd have thought?
How do you
Don't
rank?
pull her out of me.
How do you rank this episode of Bluey, Michael?
I rank this episode 0 tries,
Oh.
because Blue should have won in my heart of hearts. 0 tries for Maroon. No. I was rooting for Janelle through and through in this episode.
No, it's a wild thing that they do in rugby, at least on the rugby I saw for the Olympics.
Tell me more.
So if you score, and if you run straight up the middle, you get a kick for the try, for like basically the extra point in football terms. It's like a punt for an extra point.
I thoroughly enjoy
And if you
explaining this to me.
if you run right through the middle of the end zone, the kick is from right through the middle. If you have to be sneaky and duck and dodge, and you just dive into the corner of the end zone,
They
your
pick
kick
that spot.
is from the corner.
Oof a doof.
So tries aren't a guarantee, because you could be like corner try
Like
for an
15
extra
yards to the right?
Exactly.
Oh.
Which makes it even like, it's not just scoring, it's scoring in the right side. It's so fun. I loved rugby in the Olympics so much.
Okay.
Again, find me another thing.
You and I need to find our way to get to Australia. Go to a cricket match. Go to a rugby match.
Go record in the sound booth for the
and
Bluey movie.
find something else to have to do with Ludo in some fashion, I
Yes.
think. But we'll find that out, because I need to know right now, Greg!
Yeah.
How do you rank this? Episode 141 of Blue. How do you rank The Decider?
I rank this 49 feelings of disappointment
Gosh.
when sports go wrong.
There he is, folk.
Shout out last year's Super Bowl. Shout out getting eliminated from the playoffs.
Why are these the
past
longest episodes
week.
we recorded ever this year?
Last
We need to-
few have been wild, but we're not done, because we've got to say thank
There's-
you to everyone
there
out
he
there.
is, folks.
We're going to flip our plugs on our heads a little bit, because we've got some friends to shout out.
Oh, man.
Want to shout out Laura, who sent us a nice message saying that she wanted to order some merch from us, but TeePublic being a little bit of a difficult source.
I'm sorry about
So
that.
we'll look into that, see if there's an easier, better form to get you things you want.
Is
But,
it the tie-dye version of the heavy metal logo with
a lot of cool stuff on TeePublic. Maybe we need to find a new
With-
source, though. I don't know.
Cheddar Max on it? Because honestly, I haven't even bought that for myself, and I was thinking about buying myself that for Christmas.
Metal.
And I'm a little bummed that I haven't pursued that yet. So you know what?
Well, check out our
That's
TeePublic
okay.
store,
Maybe that'll show up in the mail sometime.
and maybe we'll find another fun provider. I don't know anything about merch online. We'll find Redbubble or something. I don't know.
I just got yeah.
Future things in the future. Before I get to our next happy friend, next year is going to be the year that our Patreon takes off
We're going
calling it
nuts.
right now. We're going to go a little, again, we're going to have lighter content on the Bluey side, so we're going to maybe ramp up that side of the house. So get in early, check out our Patreon. You're going to get all that at linktr.ee/watchingbluey.
Thank you, everybody that has subscribed to our Patreon. We greatly appreciate it, and we're going to ensure that you do still have enough content. And as Greg said, we're going to double up that content because you know what? Greg and I like talking to each other, and we're going to get through the holidays together because Mike's not feeling great, and Greg wasn't feeling great last week. But you know what? We still record, dang it!
We did.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of stuff, I'm not going to plug the P.O. Box because it might be going away here soon. So we're seeing on that. So this might be our last official. If you want to send us stuff, reach out.
Yes.
And
send it to the Gmail.
Send it to something. But reach out and let us know. But we got a lovely message from
man.
our good pal Zach. We know him very well from our land of Patreon.
Talk about Jaws,
So I want to
my
thank.
friend.
Very nice. I'm not going to go in the details. We finally, after all the requests, got a Christmas card in the mail.
Yes!
It was lovely. It was great. But we appreciate
Thank you so much, Zach.
Zach, you have a lovely family. We appreciate it. Won't read your note on air, but we'll obviously always shout you out because you are the best.
Rock
Happy
out.
holidays. And something
Totally
else coming
rock.
your way too, as always.
Oh, man. Gosh. Yeah, anytime that somebody sends us stuff, we always make sure that we send them stuff back. So
We
it's
do.
so cool.
One more last thing. Like I said, next week. Well, before we get to that,
We don't know.
First off, happy holidays.
Yeah,
to everybody
dude.
out there, whatever you're celebrating, we've got.
If this is coming out on the 23rd,
It's coming out on the 3rd. Merry Christmas,
23rd.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice. It happened 2 days
happy
ago.
winter break with 2 weeks off
Happy
with your
New
kids.
Year.
And
Exactly.
Make sure that you maintain your sanity during that time
Yes.
frame because a day when the kids at school is A-okay because I have a little bit of time for myself. And now I've got 2 weeks to hang out with this young buck, and it's going to be mayhem. So stay healthy. Stay fresh.
Healthy, stay happy. We've got a lot of fun coming for you next year.
Whew.
It's going to be great.
Man.
We appreciate y'all.
I got to go shopping for more Christmas stuff after we
You do.
cancel this. Not cancel this, but shut it off. So that's where my head's going crazy. I don't know about yours. How's your head?
My head's great because I've got one last thing. And the
Finish
most
the
important
fu- oh,
thing
most
for us to do.
importantly.
So you're about to set me up for my closing
Excuse-
line before we get the most important thing.
Excuse me. Whoa. Bonjour.
If you're like Mike and need to learn a lot more about rugby in Australia,
Please.
check out the official home of Queensland Rugby at www.qrl.com.au. You can get upcoming schedules. You can get Queensland Rugby League. I can see that look on your face. The Queensland Rugby League QRL.
I'm thinking about hanging out with Mackenzie's family.
Oh.
I'm a
You
Kiwi.
can get
I'm a
merch.
Kiwi over
You can
here,
get
baby.
tickets. You can see schedules. The whole kit and caboodle.
Is Kiwi
Get
offensive?
No.
Okay.
Get yo rugby on, friends.
Oh, man. Gosh.
Happy holidays.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Appreciate y'all. Enjoy life.
I'm
Enjoy
excited-
everything.
I'm excited for the next time that Greg and I watch a rugby match together.
Oh, I'm excited too, and it's going to happen soon. Now, why, Mike?
Why is that?
Because it's got to be done.
It's gotta be done.